Welcome finally to Live After SmackDown Live. I am your host, Tonya Rodgers, the amazing, fabulous, wonderful, all of the above, Andrew M. Swift.
Thank you.
I would like to consider you like the foremost expert on the Four Horsewomen. And I think your writing has helped me appreciate, especially Bailey, a lot more than I would have. You have this amazing series going on right now. Publishes every Monday. If you have not read it, please check it out. This is basically a show from the former SmackDown reviewer. Kind of had an emotional breakdown last month. Somewhere around the 21st. Nothing really important happened that day. I just decided, I'd rather not write about WWE. I'd rather talk about it. And Andrew decided, okay, I'll pick up that task. SmackDown's going live. We're going live.
Going live, baby.
Going live. So now he does the review. Sorry to keep you guys waiting, but sometimes greatness takes time. You gotta make people wait. You gotta keep the fans out there.
Gotta give them what can't give them what they want right away. Gotta delay it a little bit.
Of course.
Yeah.
That is the Triple H motto. We want to be a little bit like Triple H. I don't want to praise him because I can't stand him, but he's a damn good booker. A hell of a lot booker than the guy who's going to be running both Raw and SmackDown. So before we get on to the show that now Andrew has to watch, and I don't, we wanted to talk about pretty much the main event angles going into Battleground. This past Raw, we're going to speak about Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. Dean Ambrose, who is enjoying his first run as, is it just WWE champion?
I believe it's just WWE champion.
Okay, he's enjoying his first run as WWE champion and long suffering. I can't really get as critical against Dean as most people do. I love him to death. I haven't watched much of his run because it happened to come at a cost, in my opinion. But, we'll get deeper into that later. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I don't understand why. All right, so they ran the match last night. They didn't have to run the match last night. There's no reason to actually put a title match on Raw. There's no reason when you have a pay-per-view 6 days away. And so they decide to do the Dusty Finish double pin shenanigans, which they didn't even get on air to. So nobody is satisfied and nobody knows what's going on. So they rematched tonight, pretty much running, basically the same match. If you did a blind test, if you took away all the graphics and stuff, which one was Monday, which one is Tuesday, I'm pretty certain I would not be able to tell you which was tonight. And which is funny because these guys have had a billion matches, so you feel like they should be able to do some new stuff.
Oh, yes, a billion matches. Well, let me just say for all my ladies and everybody who writes that little Shield fanfic, I do want to thank Dean and Seth for the effort because that double pin was sexy. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Don't think we don't. Keep that up. Good work, boys. Okay, this is when I heard that they were going to have this match, first of all, I was like, again, really? Okay. It's been 2 years, but let me tell you the things that I would rather see than another Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins solo match. I'd rather see Randy Orton and Sheamus in at least 10 more heatless matches where the crowd chants CM Punk and we want Sasha and several other things not related to. I'd rather see that. I would rather see the Great Khali return as the world champion
Ooh.
for the next 5 years. Yep.
I bet AJ Styles could get some 4-star matches out of him.
Amazing. Listen, this is how bad I and you know I love Roman. I'm going to talk about him a lot. Yeah, get over it, people. Okay. I would rather see Roman Reigns attempt to recite Stone Cold's 3:16 speech in front of Brooklyn in Barclays the night after SummerSlam. Yes, I would rather see Dana Brooke wrestle in any match. That's the end of that joke. I would rather... Yes, I'm sorry, honey. But no, I would rather listen to another unoriginal Paul Heyman speech while Brock just jizzes testosterone all over the front row. I would rather see Hulk Hogan and Triple H in an Iron Man match.
Holy shit.
You know how bad I would rather see Charlotte as the world champ until WrestleMania 33.
Oh.
You know, on second thought, I'm gonna take that last one back. That was too far.
It's too far. It's a step too far. Not quite that bad.
We can move. Listen, I love them, and obviously, this draft shows they were the first 2 picks. The company sees value in them. Understand that these are 2 of the 3 men that brought me back to this company full time, and I was not willing to come back to this company full time for just anybody. But good God, find somebody else for them to face. Jesus. Okay, hopefully they're on different brands, so hopefully this will be the last Rochambeau for a minute.
for a good long while. Which is interesting. What do you think about?
You want to talk about Battleground before we go into the positive? The only positive I see in the draft.
I don't even remember what the positive was, but we'll get to that.
I'll remind you.
Battleground.
Main event.
I think this is gonna be a pretty good show. For some dumb reason, I'm
just thinking of the main event at this moment.
Yeah, the triple threat. The triple threat. Do you think Dean's gonna walk out with the title?
I hope. I pray. So that somehow he can lose to either John Cena or AJ Styles. I hope he does. I really do. He seems so excited to be on SmackDown, like a fresh start. So I just want a fresh start for everyone. It doesn't look like it, but nope. I would rather Dean, for all the shit that he's had to put up through with Roman and Seth being pretty much the chosen ones, and he's just getting the shit and having to work with it. Yes, let him beat both. Let him pin both of those fuckers and leave the show. I'm serious. At least things and stuff will be happening.
That's true. That's one silver lining out of it. That's true.
As smarts, especially on this site, the one thing you can take solace in is things and stuff happen. Well, all right, it's not. I'm not going to complain that much.
Yeah. I haven't yet converted her to Bailey yet, though. So
do you think it will be exciting? Who you think Dean's going to win?
I think, you know what? I don't want to put my hand out here. I think Roman's going to win. I think they're going to put the title on Roman, and I think they're going to try to engineer heat that way for him. I don't think
he doesn't need. He has. Did you hear the man? He had the loudest boo.
He got a big boo, but I think they're going to try to use it more. And I don't know why I think this. I don't know why I'm giving WWE the benefit of the doubt right now. I think I should probably just take everything back I just said. Seth Rollins is going to be the champion. He's the number 1 pick.
I think that would be the most logical thing.
I think so.
Seth wins, and then they try to do the Roman chasing Seth like anybody gives a damn.
Like anybody can do that. Yeah.
I'm tired of seeing them wrestle. Quite frankly, the Shield was 2 years ago. Get over it, everybody, get over it. I love the Shield to death, but I'm over it. Can we? Jesus Christ, the group is like, if you break the group up, you should really like stop talking about it. It's seeming like, a ex. Like, you broke up with her 2 years ago, dude. Why are you still calling her a bitch?
Why are you still fixated? Yeah, get a grip, man.
It's terrible.
Yeah, you'd think once they broke up that they could all like go do their separate ways and separate things, and I guess Roman kind of did, but that did not work out so well.
Oh, goodness gracious. But let's go to the positive. Let's go to the positive.
Yeah, we can't even deal with it. Yeah.
Yes. The positive that I see is that Michael Francis Foley will be on TV every week. I love him to death. Mick Foley, of course. But, you know, Daniel Bryan's outshadowing him, and I feel bad. But, you know, it's Daniel Bryan. What can you do? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, Daniel Bryan is going to get those level pops for a very long time.
Daniel Bryan, like, pretty much, that's why I'm kind of more optimistic for SmackDown overall, because, hey, at least they have Daniel Bryan. You know, that Mick Foley's old and he's tired, and it's like, I'm going to try, but you know what? Nah, not that. I kind of let Stephanie do whatever she wants, really.
Well, he did step up and made the executive decision to take Roman.
My conspiracy theory on that, when he first came out, I said, oh, he's there to pick Roman Reigns, because you can't hate Mick Foley. And exactly what happened the next day. Well, you know, I'm going to go against you, Stephanie. Ha ha. I'm going to pick Roman Reigns. Boom. It's magical.
I didn't watch Steph's reaction. Did you see Steph's reaction?
Yes. She's lovely. I love Stephanie and everything she does. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh, no, she's great.
Shane is a male chauvinistic pig, and he always tries to point out the fact that he has a penis and testicles, but she has lady balls. Yes, it sounds gross. It sounds gross, but hey, that's her tag. I guess it's the thing with Stephanie is, and we've learned, it's coming out. Google it, people. Stephanie doesn't book herself, and she's pretty easygoing, and she's down for whatever. It's not Stephanie. It's the man that's booking her. Okay? She could, like, go back and watch her with Daniel Bryan. She was, I think, more instrumental in getting him to hit the level he did than Triple H. All Triple H had to do was, like, wrestle one of the best wrestlers in the world at WrestleMania. Ooh, that was so hard.
To be fair, he did good work in that match, surprisingly.
Excellent. I wasn't surprised. He had a point to prove. Very, you know.
Yeah, fair.
But I'm looking forward to whatever shenanigans, like, the GMs might get into.
You think
think Mick's got picked to make Roman Reigns make sense or whatever. He's not long for Raw. He's got to be off his show within probably soon after SummerSlam.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. So you think there's going to be some turmoil in the management on Raw, which is why does the company think that upper management backstage, fake, not even real backstage decisions are entertaining? Like, I don't understand this. That's it makes the SmackDown approach where it looks like Shane and that boy Daniel Bryan are getting along pretty well. It makes them look so much better in comparison.
It does. And I don't think it's by accident. I kind of think they want, SmackDown's the little underdog that could. And look how everybody's so together on SmackDown. And look, Raw is just a big, bad Raw. First of all, I don't know why you would want the representation of your company, the owners, to be seen as evil.
Yeah.
But that's another thing. That whole Vince thing, yeah, it worked with Stone Cold, but they should have killed that shit a long time ago. A long time ago. And
it's so tired out by now.
Okay. Well, we can get into the draft. So the first overall pick was not surprising. It wasn't the champion, and it made sense because he went to SmackDown. So that was cool. Rollins and Ambrose were the first two picks. Charlotte was the third overall pick.
Oh my God. You know, I was so happy. I was so happy at that pick too. I was very happy. I was like, yeah, Charlotte's on Raw. This is great. Love it.
But the women's division is on Raw. Well, okay, the next pick was AJ Styles, which I'm going to tell you in my notes, I had already wrote John Cena. That's how much, like, look at me. Look how much of my I've become. I had to scratch it out and put AJ Styles, and I was like, well, I know he's going to be next. Who, like, really? So then we got AJ Styles and Finn Balor, which...
Oh, boy.
Everybody was like, oh, Finn watch, and it's cute. And I kind of got mad because I was like, okay, we're doing the Finn watch. Where is the Bailey watch? But never you mind. You know, okay, that's cool. He's going to get his Baylor Club back.
Yep.
And I always knew he had unfinished business. You know, for some reason, the war with Samoa Joe was not quite yet over.
Yeah, no, continued on forever.
Until they had a steel cage match, and then, you know, Nakamura. That was some fantastic piece of work between those two. Mm-hmm. I'm interested in what Baylor Club looks like. I've never seen it. I don't know if they're going to bring him in as a heel or babyface. I don't know what they're going to do with him. I'm excited. I like that pick. I'm gonna give him one for that.
I kind of see what you're saying, but I also think the Bullet Club with AJ Styles was doing so well as an act, and apparently in the numbers as well, that separating them to put I see why they're trying to build Finn as like a big deal. Like they gave him the first NXT pick, the 5th overall pick. They're going to give him his henchman now, but I don't know that guy. He's not young. He's what, 35?
Yeah,
he doesn't have a ton of years left in him, and it seems like they took away something great to maybe make something that could be great.
Yeah, they're just trying to drive that merch machine.
Yeah.
And ride that sucker to the
yeah, right. Yeah.
They gotta get them. They got a lot of Baylor Club shirts printed up. Okay, those puppies are not just gonna sit in a warehouse somewhere. They are gonna sell those. I'm sorry. I always knew that was gonna happen. People were like, he's never getting called up. I'm like, no, he's getting called up around SummerSlam time. That's exactly what I said. And what it is. Draft. There he is. Okay. He was the 5th. Okay, the next pick, which was Roman Reigns. And then the next pick, which I was kind of like, huh. And it was funny because he was picked right next to his his forever buddy, John Cena. They're right next to each other in the draft on SmackDown. So be prepared for the main event very soon of a SmackDown Live to be John Cena versus Randy Orton. It will be the first time ever on SmackDown Live. The first time ever on Tuesday night.
That's going to make that matchup fresh.
Okay, and then speaking of right next to each other in the draft, we have the two guys who failed drug tests. We have Brock Lesnar going to Raw. Yay. Brock's there to Raw so he can bury the cruiserweights.
Oh, God.
And I guess finally put over Roman? Or is Roman going to put him over?
Who cares with that match at this point? It'll be a good match, probably, but, man. None of the alignments will be right.
I cared the first time, and they did the cash in, and that's great. They did what they did. It was a great moment. That's what WWE books for now, is moments. It was, but everything around it kind of changes and dampers that match. So it's a lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas around that match, and Brock. There's a lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas around Brock Lesnar, period. And Roman Reigns. Okay. The next pick was the New Day, right?
Yeah, so New Day went to Raw.
We get to keep the New Day. Yeah, we get
Tag, yeah, they stay together, which thank God. Also, shout out to Xavier Woods tonight, who I thought did some excellent character work. I'm putting him over in my review. Did some excellent character work in his match with Bray Wyatt.
He's sneaky good.
Yeah,
he is sneaky good.
Honestly, I kind of want him to have more influence in creative. Like the stuff he does always seems to be fresh and like good. And I would love to hear more of that guy's ideas get implemented, you know? Exactly. And he's bringing it as a performer, too. He's bringing it as a performer. It's the only time that Bray Wyatt has ever looked threatening.
It was a breath of, like, to me, that was dead sexy. That's the Bray Wyatt I want to see. Like, seriously. Like, that, I put the whole thing when I wrote my notes down, because I was watching back from the show to the stuff on the network. By the way, I think that's weird. Like, this is your first live show. But you know what we're going to also do? We're going to also run a show on the network that totally negates our live show. You don't even have to watch that. You can just see us talking about it on the network. That doesn't make sense, but, you know, do you, WWE? You always do. I said that Woods does not get enough credit for his character work. Bray doesn't really care about winning. He just wants to fuck Woods up, but he still wins. He still wins. Mm-hmm. And it was a perfect segment. I did not care about the rest of SmackDown after this. It was amazing. I just applaud everybody in that. It was perfect. For Strowman and Rowan, they were perfect. They stood over there and did nothing.
They just stood there. Yeah, that was wonderful.
Best I have ever seen them.
They just stood there. That was fantastic.
I'm sorry, all you Eric Rowan fans. Do your thing.
Bray was doing great work too, like dragging Xavier over to Kofi and Big E and like talking smack in their face. It was just like, this is great stuff right here, you know? Like, this is a great feud. There are some good things that WWE does. We'll say that. It's not all bad. When they let the talent do their own thing, bring their own ideas to the table, and give their own, you know, spin on the show, give them some time to do some work. Turns out they actually have talented people on the roster. You never would have guessed it otherwise, though. Tonya, did we lose you? Oh, you muted yourself there for a second.
No. Yeah, I had to mute for a minute.
All right, earlier there was a match.
This is the thing I get. Okay, we did some of the draft, but to me, that's when the draft stopped being interesting. So I stopped paying much attention. I had to go back. You want to talk about the big travesty of, first of all, you run KO and Sami Zayn.
Oh my God! All right.
This might be the last time they ever see each other in the universe, and they're on the same show. Thank you.
On the same show.
That makes so much sense. And then Sasha Banks.
Oh,
Sasha Banks is on Raw.
I need to. All right, folks. There are some really bad things on this show. And Sami and KO getting put together after they've been saying their last time ever, maybe, blah, 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 is bad enough, especially when the fact that Raw took Sami Zayn and then SmackDown didn't take Kevin Owens, which was the obvious pick at that point. It made zero kayfabe sense for them not to do that. And then they have a Kevin Owens-Kane match. Or we're going to have. Kevin Owens comes out, by the way, he's amazing, comes out, berates both management teams for not picking him, which is just wonderful, he's really, really good at this.
Also, can we say on the network when they were doing their dual shows, KO had the perfect response to when he got picked. He was pissed. He said it's going to be the KO show, and I am coming for everybody that got drafted before me. You're going to see that you should have picked me before all. Like, that man is wonderful.
That man brings it. And then Sami attacks him because, of course, they're on the same show. And we go into the ring, and they both get double chokeslammed by Kane in 2016.
And that's pretty much Vince McMahon booking in a nutshell, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Right there.
Because God forbid these two guys who should be big stars for your company made to look like chumps by a guy who was
who should be selling
in
insurance full
1999.
time.
Yeah, seriously,
You should be
right?
selling insurance. I love you, Kane. Thanks for all you've done for the business. But there's other guys who are ready to do more. Thank you. Thank you. It's not mean to say, okay, these guys have had their run. What is the like that's why some people keep calling for Shawn Michaels. Oh, just one more. No, please. Never return. If you never do anything in your miserable life, never wrestle again. Sit there, yes, and say, I've had my run. Let the other guys have theirs. Jesus.
Yeah, Chris Jericho also had to go over Cesaro on this show.
Why is Chris Jericho and Big Show getting drafted on the live show?
Right.
When Big Show got drafted, I just laughed out loud. I said, where's my tequila so I can finish this off? Because if they seriously drafted the Big Show before Cesaro, Neville, before Nia Jax, hell, shit, I would,
before a ton of people.
Oh, before a ton of people. Why is Natalya and Dolph Ziggler getting drafted on TV?
Yeah. All right, I think I gotta talk about it now.
Okay.
So Sasha Banks was, first of all, the show opened and they said, or they may have announced it on the pre-show, doing a handicap match, 2-on-1, Charlotte and Dana versus Sasha Banks. I immediately knew, or not knew, strongly suspected that they were going to give Sasha Banks her first pinfall loss on the main roster in a absolutely meaningless match on a show where no one cares about these matches because there's a pay-per-view 5 days away and the whole show is the draft, which is what everyone is excited about. And they give it to Charlotte, who doesn't need any more heat, has been the champion for 10 months straight and has been a very poor champion for 10 months straight. And now Sasha just, as she has no kayfabe credentials, really. She beat Charlotte once in a one-on-one match the week before WrestleMania, which they've never made mention of ever again on the show. Why did they even run that match? Who knows? It's very frustrating. It's very, very frustrating to see someone's career that you really, really are invested in, and then for them seemingly to be doing something with it, being like, all right, unpinned streak. All right, they're treating her well. She's being booked strongly. And then just throw it away willy-nilly for no reason. Didn't need to be thrown away. Like, I understand you were trying to show that, oh, Sasha needs a tag partner to beat these two. I understand that. You don't have to run this match to do that. You could have Sasha go out trying to, match with Summer Rae and have her get beat down by Charlotte and Dana, walk into the ring and be like, oh, Sasha needs a partner. There you go.
Oh, you know what? How about this? I don't know who they think watches their program. Most of us have common sense and know that usually, unless somebody's really big, two people are going to kick one person's ass.
Right.
All the time. That's kind of like what worked with the Shield. They were like, oh, it's the number game. No, it would be three of them stomping a mud hole in one person, and then another person would run out and they would be smart and be like, okay, we have this one person down, let's all three, instead of just one person, let's all three stump this guy too. They're no, it's common sense. That's why multiples beat a single. That's why we don't have a 2-on-1 championship, because the two would probably always hold the championship.
Yeah.
Unless their name was John Cena or Roman Reigns.
Right.
Roman Reigns was in a 1 versus all Royal Rumble. How fucking ridiculous. Like, okay, this is what I just taking notes, writing. WWE either takes what you enjoy away from you, or they ram it down your throat until you hate it. Vince is chasing some like idyllic 1950s superhero. Like, it's just the worst kind of person that he wants you to worship. Like the egotistical, sexist, abusive. I know. I am right because I am who I am. And you're supposed to just cheer this person. Hey, I showed up and was given everything. You can't relate to those people. You have a person like Kevin Owens, seriously, who is very relatable. You have a person like, okay, I understand what people want to say. Bailey, there's really no place for her right now. What are they gonna do? Run two women's feuds? Oh yeah, they got all those writers. Write something, goddamn it! I could write a story for Bailey and like sitting here talking to you. We both could right now. It's not hard. It's pretended to be hard. When you have talent like Bailey and she gets drafted before she's not getting drafted. I'm sorry. Yeah. Nia Jax is though.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Nia Jax is a loser. Do you understand? She's beat nobody in
every big match.
I'm not talking personally. I don't know her. She seems like a lovely lady. In kayfabe, she's a loser. Why are we drafting her to any show is beyond me. She's lost every single championship opportunity she's had, and she gets drafted on the show before Bailey.
Yeah, and well, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough that they blew Sasha's unpinned streak for no reason. They put her on Monday Night Raw, which is hilarious because I immediately tweeted out no with like 138 O's at the end of it. I think I had like copied and pasted it, and I was like, oh, I got to delete a bunch of these now. I went too far. After she has been pretty much asking to be placed on SmackDown because she knows that that's the show where women are going to get time, and maybe get some decent writing and character work done. And I feel like Vince heard that and was like, you know what? I'm going to put you on Raw. I feel like it was a little bit spiteful. Because why? That's not beyond Vince. I mean, Vince, what did he do later in the night? He put Paige and Alberto Del Rio on separate shows.
Yeah,
the only reason Vince did that was because he probably doesn't approve of their relationship for some reason.
Which I don't know. Like, I don't approve of his relationship with his fans.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, right.
You know what strikes me, like the last couple of appearances, Shane and Stephanie been bickering. Oh, pick me, Dad. No, pick me, Dad. And Shane's main defense, while Stephanie is like, well, in kayfabe, I did this, that, and the other. And the crowd's like, boo, you're a woman. You have a vagina. Shut up. We hate you. And Shane's like, well, Vince is like, well, what's your big reason why you should run the show? And Shane's like, they like me. And then Vince, this bastard, he says it to our face. He's like, I don't give a fuck what these people think. He says it every single time. And every time No Chance in Hell comes on, what do these people do? Yay! Yay, start bowing. So, think about that the next time you're booing somebody that Vince chose, and then you cheer him. He's like, well, fuck, these people don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, everyone who ever pops for Vince, like,
I hate you.
You can't complain. I hate you. Yeah.
I don't mean I hate you as in literally. I hate the idea that you think that Vince McMahon is going to listen to you when you cheer him and you worship the ground he walks on and you keep giving him money. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, seriously. I get it. You want your voice to be heard. And sometimes that divides fans. You've heard I hate this crowd. Oh, I hate this crowd. Oh, they're expressing themselves. And it's just like, we should not be angry at each other. Andrew and I, we were talking about, we are WWE fans. We're like one of the most put upon consumers on the planet. We should be supporting each other here, okay? Yeah. You're mad that your favorite's getting fucked over? Okay, listen to me, people. Roman Reigns is my favorite current WWE superstar, okay? He's getting fucked over too. Everybody is. Nobody's special except for maybe Brock. Brock's special. He's special. He's getting paid. Brock's cool. Brock, don't worry about him. Everybody else is getting fucked over.
Yeah, pretty much.
Even John Cena. John Cena's Not
John
nearly
Cena,
making
you know
enough.
what? John Cena's doing great work. He had a really good match with Luke
Yes.
Gallows on this show where he like sold twice the fact that he was having Gallows like difficulty getting Gallows up in the AA. And the first time, like I think he let Gallows just fall on him. I was just like, you know what? And then he like gave Gallows some decent time on offense. It was like this looks pretty good. John's doing some good stuff here, you know. And
Seasoned veteran John Cena. That's the best John Cena.
he's going to lead SmackDown to the promised land. Let's be real here. John Cena for president, people. Like,
yeah.
You know what? Let's go with it. All right, so I got to do one last thing about this Sasha thing. I mean, clearly, I hope you all can see this shirt that I'm wearing right now, and I was wearing it before Raw, during Raw, and I was very saddened when Sasha lost and when Sasha was picked to Raw. Or it was SmackDown tonight when she was sent to Raw. Yeah, and so I'm going to do something right now, and I feel like it's apropos of this moment.
Whoa, woo, Andrew.
All right, folks. I'm feeling a lot better now.
Okay, so we're going to talk about Bayley, even though she's going to come up soon, I think. She's facing. Do we know? Because I've read spoilers, so I don't know where NXT actually is now. So do we talk about it? Some people don't like to be spoiled.
Right.
But I think she's going to be on the roster sooner rather than later. I think, I don't think she's going to win another championship.
No.
I think she's going to be on the main roster.
Yeah.
Soon. But I don't think she's, I see why they kept her out of the draft. I understand. I get it. But Nia Jax got drafted before Alexa Bliss.
Oh, yes. Yeah, let's bury that big time. Alexa Bliss is a potential superstar. She's one of the best talkers in the company, and lately has been putting on some really great in-ring matches, granted with Bayley, but also a really good one with Carmella. And she was doing good work in squashes. Again, I think she had one against Tessa Blanchard, which looked really, really good. Alexa Bliss is a potential superstar. If you put her in WWE today, and apparently she is the best heel in the women's division by a mile. Mm-hmm. By a mile. She makes Charlotte look like Ava Marie. And you know what? That might be harsh on Ava Marie. Not harsh on Charlotte, though.
I don't think Charlotte doesn't. Like, for some reason, she's a big lady. She's obviously like as tall as some of the guys, and they have her wrestle like she's Ric Flair. I think there's potential. She's just being put in a role. Everybody's got their roles to play for Vinnie Mac, as we can see.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
I just don't I look at the roster, and I don't have the complete roster yet. I just have what was on the live show, and I thought it was hilarious that Sheamus was the last.
That was pretty good. Sheamus is Mr. Irrelevant on the live show.
Sheamus is the last person. Okay, so Raw has the Cruiserweight division. Mm-hmm. They have the Women's division. They also have the Tag Team and the U.S. title. And SmackDown has the WWE title, and they have the Intercontinental Championship. So it seems like Raw has been given a heavier. They got New Day and Enzo and Cass, but SmackDown has American Alpha, which, good gracious, they're going to be. I think they're going to be just like Enzo and Cass.
Yeah.
Like, I think their act's going to get over really well, really fast.
Yeah.
It might not be as fast, but I think it's not going to take them long at all.
Yeah, they may not be as good on. They're both very good on the mic, but they may not be as good as Enzo is, who's probably the best talker in the company. But they are significantly better in the ring. I think you have one good pay-per-view match with them, like the stuff they were doing down with the Revival, and I think they'll get over real fast. They got a big pop tonight. They got a really big pop tonight.
And very happy.
And the crowd was popping like as Shane was talking because they knew, which is always a good sign that they're excited in anticipation and not just for the surprise. So they know that Alpha's coming. They start hearing it and they start going nuts because they love it. You know, it's not just like oh, surprise pick. Oh, I'm shocked. I'm excited. You know, it's something that people feel legitimately. It's not just some cheap surprise. So that's a very good sign for them going forward.
So, okay, I want to ask you, on the TV show, of course, were there any snubs? Did you think anybody, like, you know, maybe they should have been drafted on the show, but they weren't? Did you think? Man. Or
let's see, who was it? I was kind of surprised. I was a little bit surprised Paige wasn't drafted on the live show. I know she hasn't been on TV for a very long time, but she's always been someone who's more over than her push has been.
I would have drafted her before Natalya.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Natalya got drafted live, for God's sake.
Nobody cares about I love Natalya for what she does. And what she does is, you know, technically get in there and make sure you're going to have a decent affair, but if you want a story or emotion or a character or something you can get invested in, you're not going to call Natalya Neidhart. Like,
yes, she doesn't really bring crowds into anything she does. I think she may have had the best line of the night when it may have been on the other like network thing that was going concurrently. I don't know. It's hard. It was hard to keep track of what was what. There's a lot of footage going on. She said, I'm tired. I was tired of keeping this division on my back for 8 years. And I immediately like said, And I thought, and I was like, wait, Natalya, aren't you a one-time Divas champion in like 2010? You haven't been carrying anything for any number of years. I mean, I get that you're a delusional heel, but I don't think.
But Charlotte actually did say she carried the division too. So we're going. I guess they're gonna have to battle it out to see who's carrying the division more. I would not.
I sure hope for.
Like with the state of the division, that's not anything to brag about.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no one cares. No one cares, Charlotte, Natalya. No one cares about the women's stuff. You've done a great job.
If they're the ones carrying the division, that might be the reason why, you know, it's not doing its best right now. Yeah. That's not the reason. Vince is the reason.
Right. Vince is the reason.
Vince is the reason.
Yeah, it's interesting. Becky got a really good reception tonight. And when she came down to beat up Natalya, that was great. She got a nice little Becky chant. She's showing some babyface fire, which was great.
Yeah, somebody made a joke somewhere that they were like, "Hey, if there was no other woman got drafted to SmackDown, be like Becky Lynch, be like, shoot, I'm going after the Miz. I'm the Intercontinental Champion."
First of all, that feud would be lit.
It would. And Becky, the crowd would love it.
Oh, for sure.
But you know, PG and all, and you can
they're not going to do the intergender, but that would be some good. That would be some quality stuff. You know, as long as they kept it, as long as they avoided the idiotic stuff that Lucha Underground does. Apparently,
I think that the Miz, the type of performer he is, he would give.
Oh, absolutely.
Becky would be super duper. She'd be ready for the world title after the Miz.
Seriously, put the world title on Becky Lynch. Why not? Why not? Well, if you're never going to give her the NXT Women's Championship, you're never going to give her the WWE Women's Championship. Put the world title on her. She'd be having better matches on pay-per-views than Dean Ambrose.
That's a sad state of affairs, and I'm going to be inclined to agree a little bit. The big question I asked before all of this started, because, you know, you never know. They could have given us something good, but they gave us something pretty much what I expected.
Yeah.
Mediocre and mundane.
Yep.
The big question, because, you know, we've been here for almost an hour. We'll wrap it up a little bit. Mm-hmm. Do you think that the draft any decisions or anything tonight changes anything about the WWE moving forward?
It changed one thing for me. It made me want to watch both shows less.
Wow. I mean, I was already there. Like, I'm going to YouTube stuff and, try to catch it. Keep the banter up because I love this community.
Yep. Greatest community, wrestling community on the internet.
It really is. Shout out to Gino and Sean.
Shout out to Gino and Sean.
Us marks a chance. And, like, seriously, I really want to leave on this note. Let's just, we can all have different opinions. What you like, what you don't like. Let's just try to respect each other. And, if we're not the enemy, we're all the fans. That's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Vince is the enemy. Just remember that. We have
stop popping for Vince McMahon, people.
It's time to mobilize against this fucker. Seriously, it's not. You see what happened tonight, don't you? Don't you? If all hope is not lost with some of you people now, that you can just mobilize. Let's get this shit turned around a little bit. Something. I don't know. It's not looking great. It's not. No. It's not. Looking great. Like, they drafted dog. I mean, kill a guy 50 gajillion times during storylines when he could have. Like, I know people. Oh, he doesn't. He sells too much. Okay, was the crowd behind him? Yes. Okay, let's try to go with that. I'm so sick of booking to actively fight a crowd reaction. I thought this business was based on crowd reactions. And the weirdest shit to me is that they seem just like, okay, the crowd cheers this, well, let's make them hate it. Oh, they're booing this person, we're gonna make them love them. Like, I don't. It's.
That's kind of like the perfect. That's kind of the perfect response. Like, all WWE makes us feel is like dull rage, and then we talk, and then we just sigh. Yeah. It just leads to apathy. Like, this is why their numbers are so terrible, and they've dropped 25% viewership in 2 years, a year. I don't even know.
And the thing about it is, I think wrestling as a whole, there's some people out there that can do some great stuff, and overall, there's a lot of. But I think generally, drug test failures aside, I think this generation they take care of themselves better. They present themselves better generally. The best they've ever been presented as wrestlers for, like, mainstream media or anything. And just like the creativity is there and it's just not being used, or it's used in the wrong way. It's weird.
Very frustrating. Shout out to, you mentioned, besides the people who pop for drug tests, I do want to throw in one mention for the resident bro, Matt Riddle, who they really should be putting on the title on. Just put the title on SummerSlam. Why not?
I know there's a lot of people that are like, fuck it, I'm going to give up hope. And I've had that. Just start watching other things.
Yeah.
Matt Hardy is doing his thing. I love him, and he's doing his thing. I'm not telling you to fall in love with TNA, but if you want to laugh and be entertained at some crazy wrestling shit, check out what Matt Hardy's doing. Like, seriously.
Yeah, and if you want to see good matches and good storylines up and down a card, you should be checking out Evolve. There were just, 64, and Evolve 64, Evolve 65 this weekend. Both were very good shows. Progress is nothing you check out. There's a lot of wrestling out there. So if you're bummed about WWE, there are alternatives. The biggest bummer about tonight, I think, which I think we'll go out on, is that I was hoping, among many other people, that SmackDown was going to be a legitimate alternative. And what we got says that that is definitely not going to be the case.
Exactly. And all you Cagesiders, you don't stop having hope in Vince McMahon. Abandon our hope. He's a 70-year-old man. He's senile. Seriously, legitimately, he's not going to change. And as long as he's the booker, let's remember that. I don't care who else. is in whatever position, as long as he's the booker, he's running the show, this is what you're going to get. So with that, we're going to sign out. We're going to see you guys next week. It's been fun.
It's been
See
fun,
you guys
folks.
later.
Sorry for the
Bye-bye.
technical difficulties. Bye,
Yeah,
folks.
sorry. Bye.